Now then, what we're going to talk about now is another Australian case. And don't forget, these cases are all as important as each other to the victims and their families. And of course, I know different people are interested in different cases. That's, how it is. So what we're going to look at now is this case of Hannah Maguire. And this is a trial that has started this week. Again, we're only going to look at it briefly. Just look at what's happening, because we started off with following this case at the time when the Samantha Murphy case has gone quiet. The trial is not until next year. Oh my God, next May, I think it is, or April or something. So still a long way to go for Samantha Murphy's trial. But Hannah Maguire, who was actually murdered after Samantha Murphy, the trial for her ex-partner has begun. Now, I'm just going to get some more ice for my drink. I'm going to put up my be right back. I'll see you in about 9 seconds. I'll see you in 9 seconds. Well, less than that. No more. Bit more than 9 seconds. I won't be able to go to the loo and put ice in my drink, get new drink in 9 seconds. Give me 3 minutes. I'll move the dogs out of the way first. God, every time I try and walk anywhere, there's a dog in front of me. Excuse me. Move. Okay, I'm back. Oh, wrong one. Hang on. Hi. So I'm back. I didn't have a bathroom break in the end. I just got some ice and a drink. So yeah, this is Hannah Maguire. Oh, yeah. Bluebell's washing the dishes, Julie's mopping the bathroom floor. I quite often do that with podcasts, just put them on in the background, isn't it? Like, where it's just whiles away the boredom while you're doing something like that. But anyway, bless. So this is Hannah. Now, the first thing I thought about this case is the guy, ex-boyfriend, Lachlan or something he's called, we'll see in a minute. I don't really ever bother trying to remember his name properly. He was punching far above his weight. Why do they like these horrible, she seems like such a lovely, same old story, lovely girl, beautiful, nice person. And she got, I think it's when they're young, they get involved, girls when they're young, like Madison, probably with Johnny Smith, get involved with wrong-uns, don't they? Because it seems like, I don't know, exciting when you're young. And then when you get a little bit older, you just think, oh my God, what did I ever see in him? And probably the other way around as well with men with women. You grow out of people, don't you? See, some people never grow any different. Some people, when they're in high school or whatever, they never change, even 20 years later, they're just the same, just the same twonk that they were in high school. But other people, they grow up, don't they? And they change and they become different people. And then, of course, sometimes they've got involved in a relationship and they can't get out of it. That's what I feel happened to Hannah. So here is Hannah with Lachlan. I mean, come on. What did she ever see in him? You know, or maybe he's one of those narcissists that in the beginning he was so nice and everything, and then before she realised what a twonk he was, it was too late, you know, because they bought a house together. They had a house together. So very sad, isn't it? You know, and of course she paid for a relationship with him, with her life. So let's have a look. Let me put the other windows down now, things that I've finished talking about. What's that? What's that? Got so many windows open as usual. Gosh, he's got all these blooming Erin Patterson windows open. Okay, there it is. So I'll be following this trial. Just every couple of days I'll give you an update. I'm hoping it won't be so lengthy, you know, and as the Erin Patterson trial, and hopefully it'll be more clear cut. But of course, it's only allegedly at the moment. So Lachlan is innocent till he's proven guilty. So do you know what he's saying? He's saying that he did kill her, but it was an accident. It wasn't murder. Was not murder. So even though this man, after she was dead, he was sending messages. And he tried to make it look like suicide. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to say that word probably, but anyway. Let's have a look at this news article.
The jury has heard harrowing new details about Hannah Maguire's life in the months and days before her death as her ex-boyfriend faces trial for murder. Ainsley Kosh with the details from Ballarat Supreme Court, and she joins us now. Ainsley, today the jury is expected to learn more about the area where Hannah spent her final days.
Yes, Tash, we just heard the jury is set to visit key locations relevant to this case this afternoon, including Hannah Maguire's home where she was allegedly murdered and bushland where her body was dumped and set alight. Yesterday, the jury heard harrowing details about Hannah Maguire's life in the months leading up to her death as the prosecution and defence gave their opening arguments on day one of the trial. Now, that includes how her relationship with her boyfriend, Lachlan Young, became controlling and turbulent. Young is on trial accused of murdering the 23-year-old after he knew their relationship was over. The 22-year-old admits to killing her in April last year, but his defence team will argue it wasn't premeditated. Rather, it was unplanned and spontaneous. Now, the prosecution alleged the accused staged her death to look like a suicide, sending himself and her mother texts from Hannah's phone in the hours after she died in an effort to cover his tracks.
Well, he's a real nice guy, isn't he? A real nice guy. She outgrew him. That's what I think happened. She trained to be a teacher. She was better than him. She was always better than him. And when she realised she was better than him, he started getting, you know, clingy, and he wouldn't accept that the relationship that was over. And he's killed her because out of anger and spite, because he knew that he couldn't have her and he didn't want anyone else to have her. That's really the crux of this trial, in my opinion. Allegedly, of course. But he's innocent till proven guilty. But, you know, when somebody takes charge of someone's mobile phone and starts sending texts to their parents and to themselves, saying they're going to kill themselves to try and cover up for when she's already dead, he's already killed her. Doesn't look very good, does it, for a not guilty verdict?
We know a number of key witnesses will begin evidence from tomorrow. Tash, this trial is set to go for 5 weeks.
Ainsley, thank you.
So, yeah, it's set to go exactly as they did. Excuse me. I've got a frog in my throat. Definitely wasn't an accident, you know. So apparently, allegedly, he killed her at home. And then he took her body out, and because, you know, I remember it so clearly because for those of you who were with me when we were covering the Samantha Murphy case, you know, there was sort of, when it was heard that a body had been found in a car, etc., you know, there was this sort of instant, oh, could that be Samantha Murphy? Because, of course, Samantha Murphy still has not been found, has she, bless her? Her remains have not been found, but her murderer has been charged, or alleged murderer has been charged. And yeah, as I say, 3 murders in Ballarat of 3 women, all at once within the first couple of months of last year. Whereas Ballarat normally in Australia is a very safe place. You know, everybody said, you know, it's one of those places. You know, we hear it a lot, don't we? People say, oh, nothing like that ever happens here. This is a safe place. Anyway, so that's Hannah's case. And I just hope, you know, I mean, I don't think this will be as complex as obviously Aaron Patterson's case was. Unless his defence come out with something spectacular, how's he going to defend himself? You know, he sent the text, supposedly from her, text to himself, saying that he was going to kill him. She was, as if it was her saying she was going to kill herself. Text that he sent to her parents or to her mum. And he'd already killed her. And then he took her body out and burnt it as if she took. So is he really trying to say that that's how she self-deleted? She drove herself out to the middle of the forest or the bush, set fire to herself. Sorry, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because how ridiculous it is. But, you know, that's what these defences come up with, isn't it? They come up with absolute tripe sometimes. You know, he should just admit he was jealous. She was leaving him and he flipped. You know, of course, he's going to get prison time. But anyway, it's good, really, because hopefully he'll get more prison time if he's found guilty. Because he tried to lie to cover it up, you know. What piece of shit he is. So I bet his parents are really proud of him, aren't they? So, because the thing is, he's wrecked his life as well. He's wrecked her life, and she's one of those. She had so much to offer. She was a teacher. She had all this to offer to the world. Not only, obviously, her loved ones are missing her, but the world is missing her. Society in Ballarat misses her because they've lost someone who would have made a positive contribution. Not like that twonk, her boyfriend. Sorry, I'm just taking my vitamin tablets. I've got to take them while I remember, because otherwise I forget. I hate taking tablets. They're the tiniest little tablets you can imagine, and I still hate taking them. So that's what I wanted to tell you about Hannah. Bless her. You know, just heartbreaking, isn't it? Because such a beautiful girl, and she couldn't keep herself safe. You know, she did contact the police. She had told people about, you know, this twonk. And unfortunately, she'll be a big loss. Not only, as I say, to her family and her loved ones, but she's a loss to the Ballarat community. She's a loss to the world. Bless her. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Erin. Yeah, hi, David. Yeah, nobody wants Colin Mandy as a defence lawyer, do they? Having said that, I honestly think, I don't think Colin Mandy's heart was in it, the more I think back. Well, he had no defence anyway. Let's just change. So we're praying for justice anyway for Hannah and her family. That's, you know, the same justice that we got for Erin's